Have you ever wondered how big birds are on our planet? There are now between 9,300 and 10,070 species of birds in the world. We will look at just a few of the particularly large individuals among this huge variety of birds. Here are the largest birds in the world. The world of birds is amazing and multifaceted. Their diversity in nature can amaze even the most sophisticated naturalist. Most birds can fly, but there are some individuals who, like humans, move only on the ground. There are birds predators and harmless ornamental and domestic birds. In addition, birds are one of the oldest vertebrates on the globe, which immediately allocated in a separate group, the main feature of which is a cover of feathers. Before you rating of the largest living birds. First place in the category the largest bird in the world takes the ostrich. Scientists in the 20th century separated an ostrich from other similar birds, emu, nandu, and today the African ostrich is the largest bird in the world. When you meet an ostrich you are amazed by its large size. The adult bird is 70 to 87 inches tall and weighs from 133 pounds. But zoologists know of an individual of 343 pounds at 106 inches tall. And even with that power, the size of an ostrich's brain is the size of a walnut. Unique features of the structure of ostriches can be called the even distribution of feathers over the body of the bird and two-fingered feet with a powerful musculature. The ostrich holds the record for the speed of movement, reaching a speed of 44 miles per hour. They are also very dangerous. A common stereotype is that ostriches hide their heads in the sand. But no such case has ever been recorded. In case of danger, ostriches defend themselves with their paws and powerful beak. 2. Kasha. The horned head was the name given to this bird by the natives of New Guinea and Australia, Kasha in the Papuan language. The Kasha is the second largest of the flightless birds. Adults can reach a height of 60 to 70 inches. There have been instances where birds have been encountered that are 79 inches tall and weigh more than 132 pounds. Among their genus, the orange-necked Kasha and the helmeted Kasha are considered the largest species. Their sizes are about equal. One disadvantage, the Kasha's inability to fly, is more than offset by its ability to reach speeds of up to 30 miles per hour. This peculiarity helps it avoid encounters with humans. Kashas lead a very secretive life, hiding deep in the woods and hiding long before humans appear. History knows of cases of this bird attacking humans, but mostly it was self-defense or defense of the territory where the Kasha's chicks were. The bird's diet consists mainly of fruit. But the Kasha is not squeamish about small animals, frogs, snakes. This type of bird swallows small stones, which in the stomach perform the function of grind food. 3. Emperor penguin. The largest representative of the penguin family. Some individuals can be up to 48 inches tall and weigh up to 100 pounds. Emperor penguins live on the ice around Antarctica. In addition, of all bird species, they go farthest south. But they move from their permanent habitat off the ice of Antarctica to the mainland to continue their lineage. Penguins of this species have a strong sense of self-preservation. In severe frosts, they huddle together in groups. The temperature in the middle of the group in a 4-degree frost can reach up to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Naturally, the imperial penguin chicks are located in the center of the circle. 4. Curly pelican. The bird, which nests in Russia, the Balkans, and Asian countries, belongs to the rarest species of the large pelican family. Some individuals are up to 70 inches tall and weigh 45 pounds. The beak is 60 inches long and is truly a distinctive feature of the pelican. The curly pelican uses its beak to hunt fish. Although this bird spends most of its life on the water, the curly pelican is completely inept at diving. For this reason, it mainly hunts in shallow water. Dalmatian pelican is the character of fairy tales and myths of many peoples of the world, and Muslims consider it a sacred bird. 5. The Andean condor. A European encounter with this bird took place back in 1553. European naturalists immediately noted that the bird nests high in the mountains, almost 4 miles above sea level. Life in the mountains also predetermined the lifestyle of the Andean condor. As it flies off the mountains, the condor soars high in the sky, searching for prey. Its wings, which have a wingspan of 126 inches, are arranged horizontally. Weak thoracic muscles do not allow for frequent wing beats in active flight, so the vulture soars in streams of air. It feeds, like most birds of the vulture family, on carrion. In search of food, the Andean condor sometimes travels up to 125 miles. The ancient peoples of South America deified the condor. Archaeologists have found rock paintings high in the mountains, and they date back to the 3rd or 2nd millennium BC. The Moshika Indians considered this bird sacred and begged the condor's forgiveness that the birds had to be killed during the hunt so as not to die of starvation. Condors are depicted on the coats of arms of many countries of the South American continent: Chile, Ecuador, Colombia, and Bolivia. Unfortunately, their population has declined significantly in the last half-century. 6. Swan. One of the most beautiful birds on Earth. Not for nothing in ancient Greece and the first civilizations of the East, swans were called brilliant, sparkling. There are 7 species of swan on the globe. The largest of these, with a wingspan of 95 inches and weighing about 26 pounds, is the mute swan. The most unusual is probably the black swan. The swan has a well-developed musculature that allows the birds to make long flights. There are testimonies of aviators who have seen the swan at 26,900 feet above sea level. Most likely, it is the bird's desire not to face hurricane-force winds that drives it to such altitude. The image of the swan is most commonly used in literature, painting, and film. Scientists have found that swans, like cranes, are monogamous in family life. 7. Black vulture. One of the largest flying birds on the planet. Because of the color of its feathers, and they are black and brown, the vulture got its nickname. Adult vultures have a wingspan of 8 feet and are 47 to 53 inches tall. The bird nests in mountainous areas on 3 continents: Southern Europe, North Africa, the Middle East, and Central Asia. The vulture belongs to the group of carnivorous vultures. Sharpness of eyesight of this bird is amazing. He can see his prey from a height of 1 mile. Vultures do not know what to eat. They get so full that they won't be able to fly for some time after the feast. The black vulture, as a large representative of birds of prey, builds huge nests at the tops of large trees. The nests can be up to 9 feet in diameter and 3 feet high. The large size has kept the bird safe. In the wild, the vulture has no enemies. 8. Bustard. The heavyweight among flying birds is rightly considered the bustard. This bird weighs up to 44 pounds and is 43 inches tall. The nesting places of this bird are deserts and semi-deserts of the Eurasian continent, from Spain to the steppes of Mongolia. The bustard has learned to skillfully control the air currents for flight, which is quite difficult with such a weight. Watching a bustard take off is an analogy to watching a heavy airliner take off. This species of bird makes a long run before taking off. For the mating courtship, male bustards have chosen certain times of the day. Usually at 8 a.m. or in the evenings, from 4 to 5, and never during the day. After hatching, the males do not take part in the life of the chicks. All cares, figuratively speaking, fall on the wings of the females. 9. Grey crane. This is the second largest bird in the crane family. One of the tallest birds, it is about 75 inches tall and has a wingspan in flight of almost 6 feet. A favorite character of Russian fairy tales, the grey crane is also one of the oldest birds. Science records their appearance at the end of the dinosaur age, about 70 million years ago. The grey crane, despite its aristocratic appearance, is unpretentious and has settled all over the planet. It can be found in many places on our Earth, except Antarctica and South America. The bird has found an interesting way to escape predators. Before settling on her eggs, The female is soaked in marsh mud and silt, which makes her less visible while she is still incubating her young. The grey crane can be chosen as a symbol of marital fidelity. The birds are monogamous and keep a pair for life. 10. Steller's sea eagle. It is the largest raptor that nests in the northern hemisphere. Some individuals have a wingspan of up to 8 feet and are about 48 inches tall at these parameters. The bird's weight is quite small, only 19 pounds. The Steller's sea eagle is not only one of the largest birds, but also the smartest bird on the planet. Surprisingly, the adults remember all their chicks and plan to hunt. The weight of the bird does not allow it to stay long in the air. Active flight is 30 to 35 minutes a day. In addition, the eagle is also a patriot. During winters on Japanese islands, it always returns to its homeland, to the shores of the Sea of Okhotsk, the shores of Sakhalin and Kamchatka, to produce and breed offspring. 11. Albatross. The largest representative of the genus of seabirds. In the 90s of the 20th century, scientists identified two groups of albatrosses, the Amsterdam albatross and the wandering Galapagos albatross. Of these groups, the largest is the royal albatross. Its wingspan reaches 12 feet, and adult birds weigh an average of 24 pounds. The birds do not stay in one place for long and wander over the southern seas of the globe. All along the way they make their way to distant islands. Albatross builds nests, a kind of navigational landmarks. The royal albatross chooses only New Zealand as its nesting place. Large colonies of these birds can be seen on the island of Otago. An interesting fact is that with age the plumage of albatrosses does not darken, but on the contrary, it becomes lighter. By such a sign you can easily determine the age of the bird. Sailors avoid seeing albatrosses, believing that they are harbingers of storms. In this role, the albatross entered maritime and pirate legends and myths. 12. The stork. There are two species of storks in Europe, the black stork and the white stork, which belong to the genus Shiners. Indeed, if you look at the stork, there are no plumage on the legs. And the largest is the species of Far Eastern stork. The adult Far Eastern stork is 43 to 49 inches tall and has a wingspan of 4 to 6 feet. The large bird feeds on frogs, fish, and insects. Interestingly, a young stork is easy to make tame. In general, storks trust humans, settling on the roofs of houses and outbuildings. In Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus people specially put wooden wheels on poles for storks to build their nests. The white stork has become a symbol of modern Belarus. In ancient and medieval times in Western Europe and Greece, the stork was represented as a very caring bird. There are descriptions of young storks that feed their parents who are unable to move on their own. In Russia, there is a legend that storks are the ones who bring children to young families. Most of the birds presented in the article are listed in the Red Book. At the level of individual states, on the territory of which nest rare birds, a number of laws on their protection, support and increase in population. Many of them were on the verge of extinction in the late 14 to 20 centuries. Hunting for meat, feathers, just total extermination could have forever blotted these birds out of nature. Today mankind has finally realized the need to protect and preserve all the inhabitants of the earth. Modern man, affecting nature, at the same time learns to live in harmony with his neighbors, birds and animals.